live. Johnny, does this work? Yeah, I'm leaving. Alright. Ja. Was hij? Right now, full screen. Anyway, what I'm talking about? Yes, I would talk about Snes. Now, I will say that I definitely really like the Snes. I mean, it has some obviously good games, obviously classics, but I think that people seem to forget that Snes was a very limited system at the time. I mean, yeah, like I feel like so many people tweet that the Super Nintendo was like the Nirvana of 2D games, but the simple answer is just that Super Nintendo games were 2D because the SNES was a very limited system. Like, I mean, they can't just like do whatever they want. I mean, like there's a reason why Star Fox or Super Star Fox or whatever, that's not what's called. I don't know. Let's call it just Star Fox. It's just some polygon shapes rather than fully 3D or whatever. And I don't know, but again, now Mogus, but again, now what else? Yeah, like how do I put this? Now I like. I still really love the Super Nintendo. I mean, sometimes many games push the boundaries very hard on that, but the thing is, like Super Metroid, Zelda, Mario, Demon's Crest, Mega Man, those were the exception. And even then, I would argue that I feel like there's always proof that they were still very limited. I mean, like yeah, like many cases, Super Metroid has the best fastest game of all time, but yeah, sure, but this is a lot harder. I mean, again, Super Nintendo was the exception, not the rule. I mean, that's the point. I mean, yeah, like Metroidvanias are very common nowadays, but I mean, Metroidvanias weren't very common at the time. I mean, it was a Super Metroid that actually, I guess, set the standard. I mean, what to expect from a Metroidvania. I mean, from a Metroidvania. I mean, yeah, like it's not like I don't think there are like 5 games that can actually compare to the scope and ambition of like Super Metroid. I mean, the only one I think of is like a Demon's Crest, yeah, and Goemon 3, but that's only for Japan only. I heard that Goemon 3 even surpasses Super Metroid to a degree. I mean, that game is like super fantastic. I mean, really pushed the boundaries of creativity. Yeah, but again, like I'm sure like Super Nintendo had like hundreds of games, but I have to ask how many of the games are actually worth playing. I mean, yeah, like sure, all systems will have bad games. That's true, but so I'm pretty sure there are like hundreds of games that are good, but are actually worth playing. I mean, like there were plenty of few stats games that were like technically ambitious at the time, but I mean the one that I can think of is like Joe Mac. I mean that game seemed like a very somewhat ambitious on the surface, but like on the surface, but it feels like I feel like it was only novel at the time. Like I mean, I feel like it's just a little too underwhelming. Heck, I mean, hell, there's another like Japan exclusive game that's also like a Metroidvania, but that game was just plain underwhelming. I mean, there's like this girl like this this like blue hat who was like voicing, but that game was just underwhelming. I mean, like the level design is just underwhelming. I mean, yeah, like again, sure, like, sure, there are plenty of games that push the boundaries, but again, these games were the exception. I mean, a game like a cave story or like a Iconium class would probably never happen. I mean, another thing is that is how the status is very underpowered compared to the Game Boy Advance. Well, except for the sound. I mean, sound wasn't always the best on the Game Boy Advance, which kind of sucks. I mean, like, seriously, like there were like a handful of games that work in 3D. I mean, like that Astro's game, or again, probably 3D isn't ideal for the Game Boy Advance, but I mean, how there was even going to be a port version of the first Tomb Raider. Yeah, like that probably would never happen on the Super Nintendo, but then like I would argue that a lot of GBA games were kind of like lackluster. I mean the GBA didn't even have like an official Mario game. I mean, sure, like, but again, I don't think it's always a nirvana of 2D platformers that Super Nintendo make it out to be. I mean, yeah, I mean, like Demon's Crest was like a very boundary pushing at the time. Like, yeah, like a very creative. I mean, still a very good game, but I argue that Demon's Crest isn't always fully realized. Unfortunately, like there was so much more that can do done with it, but I guess it's due to its limitation of the stats that probably couldn't be fully realized. I mean, hell, I would really love to see a fully realized version of Demon's Crest. I mean, Demon's Crest was again boundary pushing and still a really good game. I mean, even though it's not always fully realized, I guess, but again, sure, like I mean, again, like Super Metroid made the standard of what the Metroidvania should be, but yeah, like again, and still, I feel like there's still that even like I guess endearing classics aren't always instantly good by default. I mean, like the quality of the game could be. There's still plenty of questionable things about even the most revered SNES games that exist. I mean, yeah, or at least the classics or the hidden gems. I feel like not everyone gonna like them by default. The Link's Awakening is a very ambitious game at a time. Yeah, like very balance pushing. But again, Link's Awakening is the exception, not the rule. I mean. And even then, like, I just find fighting the bosses is like dealing with a bullet hell where you can't strafe. I mean, which really makes me not really like the game. I mean, the dungeons, the way the dungeons are laid. I mean, I feel like they've been made in like a level editor. Yeah, I feel like they're a little underwhelming by design. Like, I mean, it's like Dungeon 1, you got Dungeon 3, you got Dungeon 4, like the minions cap. I still remember that giant barrel or like those lily pads. I feel like there's a lot more visual creativity. I heard that the dungeons of Link's Awakening aren't very creative. And story-wise, it's a very kind of sure. I heard that the Link's Awakening, yes. Link's, I always say Link's Awakening, Link to the Past, sorry. Link to the Past. I meant not Link's Awakening. I feel like personality-wise it isn't always that strong compared to the later Zelda games. Again, sure, it still has like a competent atmosphere, should I say. It still has a, charm to it, but again, and the bosses are just bollocks. Like the Kirby All-Star pack. I feel like the first like half is like just plain underwhelming. I feel like it's just plain underwhelming. That Meta Knight ship is awesome, but another half is pretty cool. But also that like somewhat open world section is just. Part is just annoying. Like the part where they have to fight DDD and that bird, those levels just, I feel like it's just underwhelming. I mean, yeah, and Kirby 3, I mean, yeah, it's like amazing visual styles, but the levels are just underwhelming. I mean, like again, there's so much potential, but just again, do anything with it. I mean, which really is incredibly disappointing. But I mean, I'm just gonna pick the first one. It's but again, I don't think there's still like there's like a good reason why like Snes and NES games have save dates, because I mean there's still like some outdated game design that like I mean like passwords, or like I mean like in Super Metroid, anytime when you save you had to find a save state. I mean and with emulators or with emulators, you can just use a quick save. I mean, the more annoying examples are like passwords from like Mega Man and Castlevania. I mean, yeah, anytime we want to save, you need to enter a password, and if you want to get the password, you have to die in order to get it. I mean, yeah, like another example where the classic and the classics and the hidden gems where the exception not the rule. I mean, imagine if like Castlevania, take Castlevania 4 for example, that game is bloated because it pushes the boundaries of the limited hardware of the Super Nintendo. But I mean, imagine if like Castlevania 4 games out now today. I mean, it's still be a good game, but it probably will not be as exciting. I mean, like I feel like if there was again the excitement board, I feel like it needs to do more than just fight back. I mean, have like maybe more like massive levels, maybe have like a story, or at least or maybe have like enhanced like levels that are very atmospheric or something like that. Yeah, but again, 2D platformers are being dominated by a lot of indie studios. And the bad ones are ones that push the boundaries, like even like maybe have like a good atmosphere, or even tell a good story. I mean, now, sure. I mean, again, I feel like the reason why there's so many franchises that were popular, or at least regarded at a time, that died out, is because they were beloved because again they pushed the boundaries of the limited hardware of the time. But now maybe of changing trends. I mean, now I actually really like Castlevania Legacy of Darkness. I would argue that game pushes the boundaries of what Castlevania could be. I mean, like actually tell a story. I mean, have an amazing atmosphere, have memorable characters. I mean, Legacy of Darkness is the one that actually probably has the best plot of any Castlevania. But yeah, fortunately that game is now a lot of people have to do its diehard fans, but it's still like scoffed and casual conversations. I mean, like a lot of people consider Legacy of Darkness to be that game that ruined Castlevania, but no, Castlevania 64. I mean. Now I always pick Legacy of Darkness because that's the full version. That's the director's cut. That is the best version. Even then, 64 Castlevania 64 was still a pretty good game. But yeah, but again, still very highly scoffed at the time. I mean, still a lot of people scoffed at that game, which is very unfortunate, because that game is probably one of the best Castlevania games due to the fact that it does have a compelling story. It probably has the best atmosphere of any Castlevania game. Now, I feel that Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, there was much more they could have done with it. I mean, it probably never got its full potential, but yeah, again, yeah. However, like but compared to N64 games now, you probably think that isn't fair. But I mean, there are plenty of videos that discuss the limitation of the Nintendo 64, which is of course very fair because there was cartridges. The game had very limited space. I mean, but regardless, that I would argue that like atmosphere, story, and always a little bit simple at times. Still very simplistic. I mean, like again, like to take the game where I'm playing right now, like Turok 2. I mean, now many people dismiss it as just as a dumb go shooter, but like Turok 1 and 2 I had like amazing atmospheres. Or how like Doom 64 I also had an amazing atmosphere. I mean, the story is not Shakespeare, but if you hear like the melancholic speech of Adon, it's very, I mean, sincere. I mean, yeah, very, very I don't want to say moving, but like I feel her, like her emotion. I mean, yeah, I feel her again. Like, thanks to console that you still live, Turok. I still, this evil still baffles to confuse me, or like I don't know how exactly, but it's like I mean, you feel her dread. I mean, her fear of her. I don't know. There's emotion behind it. Again, if you again, so many people dismiss Turok as a dumb shooter, but again, how like Banjo Tooie, like again, I mean the game is very immersive. Like I mean, yeah, wow, like DK64 has probably the most fully realized personality of King Rool and Donkey Kong. Like. Now the game is heavily characterized nowadays, but I'm just going to focus on the personality for them, like story and personality. I mean, like the plot is quite engaging if you think about it. I mean, yeah, like sure it's still very simplistic. I mean, still like goofy and but again, now like the Donkey Kong game has like amazing atmosphere, like which again. Like I mean, like a lot of people discussed like the Mode 7 or like how revolutionary the graphics are, but I really don't care about that nowadays. Now, sure, it is important for history, or it is important for history, but like it's more like wow, look how great the atmosphere is of Donkey Kong. I mean, I think that Donkey Kong 2 has probably had like the best atmosphere of all the Donkey Kong games, like. But I do think that Donkey Kong 64 still has more refined, I mean, fully realized personality. Like, I mean, how many people really want to see Grant Kirkhope voice Donkey Kong again? Like, yeah, like, okay. Like, I mean, how many people want that voice back? Nowadays, he just sounds like a goofy monkey. Like, I mean, it's fine. I mean, then, like, yeah. How, now again, it's a plain time that Super Nintendo doesn't fully realized like a personality wise or story, but like cannot be said about the classic RPGs. I mean like Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, and Earthbound. These games are personality wise and story wise are probably like already the best versions of them. Like the best versions I can think of, but yeah. These they still stand tall. These games still stand tall compared to other RPGs. I mean, like I said about like Chrono Trigger, like the classic. However, there's still plenty of RPGs that I guess you're still like your knight who saves the world or maybe saves princess. Like, I mean, if people want to play RPGs, they at least want to have like a compelling plot. I mean. Sure, they might be mechanically equally good as like Final Fantasy VI or Earthbound or they might be still mechanically equally sound. But if it's just a story about your knight who saved the world and all the compelling characters or to back it up, I mean, I feel like it's not going to be people before. The part we're already playing an RPG that does do the thing, even though mechanically it's not better or worse than the revered classics. I mean, yeah. Again, yeah, like again, like speaking of like the biggest flaw of the Nintendo 64 was the limited cartridge size, but keep in mind that Super Nintendo and Genesis were even more limited at the time. Like yeah, I mean again the games were 2D because they had no choice. I mean yeah, I'm sure a lot of the gems and the classics pushed the boundaries, but again these games were the exception, not the rule. Yeah. I mean, again, Super Nintendo and Genesis had hundreds of games, but sure, the probably another 100 games that are still technically good, but that stuff are actually worth playing. I mean, they're very technically good, but not that interesting. Like, it's a perfectly fine but average Super Nintendo game, average platformer. I mean, there's nothing wrong, but there's nothing like compelling. Yeah, again. Sure, like again, of course I'm a huge Nintendo 64 fan. Yeah, I mean, like now again, I always had to acknowledge the limitations, of course. I mean, not doing so how there are plenty of things that quote unquote age of the Nintendo 64. Like, but however, I feel like there's a lot of creativity in Nintendo 64 games. Like, there are again, I always still stand tall. Even games nowadays, I mean, yeah, like I still argue that Perfect Dark is like the best first person out there. Like that game is like the most elegant, most elegant game, the most well put design first person out there. I mean, there's plenty of like PC games that like claim that first person shooters on console never compare to first person shooters on PC, but. Sure, like a mouse and keyboard and 60 frames per second and online multiplayer. Sure, in that regard, but not as games. Like, there's plenty of console FPS games that push the boundaries of what a first person could be. Like, yeah, again, sure, like many first person shooters on Nintendo 64 had horrible frame rates, and that could turn people off, and which is completely fair. But weird. Again, I sincerely doubt that the reason why you like the first person shooters on PC is because you use a mouse and keyboard and it's 60 frames per seconds. Like I certainly doubt that's the reason why your favorite PC first person shooter. I feel sincerely doubt that's like the main reason why you like first person shooters on PC. I mean, I'm not saying that they can be the best, but yeah. I mean, you can have your favorite, but still the reason why is your favorite first-person shooter is because you can use a mouse and it's 60 frames per second. I mean, again, sincerely, that's the reason why it's your favorite shooter. I mean, yeah, sure, it might be the better version because again, better frame rate and better controls, but again, I sincerely doubt it's due to those reasons. Yeah, again, yeah, like I mean. Sure, like I still really like the Super Nintendo. I mean, there's many games that wow, so many classics and so many hidden gems. They're still fantastic. I mean, they still always stand tall, but yeah, like again. What else? I think I said anything I want to say. Yeah, like I mean, Super Nintendo was very limiting. Personality wise and story wise, it always boundary pushing. I mean, like another example is that the voice of Mario only existed till that Wii PC game, but let's pretend for the moment that it doesn't exist. But like Mario voice only the voice of Mario only exists till Nintendo 64, till Super Mario 64. I mean, when again Super Mario World or Super Mario. land existed. I mean, no one really knows what Mario should sound like, other than that cartoon or I guess that one-off anime movie or that weird Super Mario live-action movie. But no one counts that, I guess. But anyway, yeah. I mean, again, well, like, yeah. But also, yeah. I think that's all I want to say about the Super Nintendo. Yeah. Of course, yeah. Of course, most Super Nintendo games I would wish play without like a save state or real feature. I mean, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, like, yes, yeah. What else? Again, there's. Yeah, I think. Again, I'm just saying that. Like the Super Nintendo isn't always like the 2D again like 2D Nirvana makes it out to be. I mean, yeah, yeah. Again, because again, do its limitations. I mean, yeah, yeah. Like, again, a lot of Super Nintendos are still really great despite the limitations. I mean, yeah, there's still like a lot of Super Nintendo games, the classics and the hidden gems, or still stand tall even to the, or we still stand tall, sure. But again, those games are the exception. I've probably said it like a billion times by now, but again. What else? Yeah, like, yeah, I think that's all I want to say. I mean, yeah. I'll just give you an example of how Aeon sounds like. I hope that like, yeah, I really like her desperate and melancholic. I mean, maybe not melancholic, but like her I don't know. I can't really describe it in words, but again, a lot of people downplay like just another sexy Cortana clone, even though Aeon became before Master Chief. Like, yeah, it's again the music really enhances the atmosphere of Turok 2. Maybe like her plea. I mean, like just her yeah, soft spokenness. I mean, yeah, I really like it. I mean, I'll give you an example. Oh no! Okay, nice. Nice. Why am I getting any sound? Huh. Oh yeah. For some reason. Huh. That's strange. Okay, well why am I getting sound? Oh, do you? Huh. Maybe it's a little glitch. Give me a moment. You gotta hear to Adon's voice. That's the last thing I do. Mini screen. Yeah, I think that. Well, that's a bit better. Load game. Ah.
Turok but it is somehow familiar to me. You must take care when entering the warp portals. Whatever this new threat is, it seems that false portals have been erected to lure you into a trap.
I mean, I really like her sincerity. I mean, like her cautiousness. I mean, yeah, it's just really. And the way she says, warp portal activated. Just it's just music to my ears. I mean, yeah, like. Anyway, yeah, like again, I feel like yeah. But we'll leave it at that. I mean, stay safe and goodbye.